Hello, everyone. On today's podcast episode, I'm going to talk about tattoos. Tattoos. Growing up, I've always seen people get tattoos. I think it was while I was growing up that tattoos slowly became, a fad, became something popular. Or maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but from my point of view, people didn't have that many tattoos until when I was in my teens. I didn't grow up with people having that many tattoos until I was a teenager. After that, everyone started getting tattoos. But, I've always been jaded about tattoos because, I paid attention during school, you know, and during classes, what the teachers always said was that, biology teacher always said that your body, the human body, does not like foreign contaminants. The human body does not like anything that's not human inside of it. As in, it's okay, when you eat food, your body takes in the nutrients and then breaks it down and then, gets rid of what it doesn't want, right? But outside of your stomach, your body really doesn't like things getting into it. It doesn't matter what it is, you know, whether it's medicine or whether it's iron, metals, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. Even if it's just water. If you pump water into your system, your body will try to fight it, or depending on what it is, how dangerous it is, your body will try to get rid of it. Even vitamins, when you take a vitamin, doctors, research show that your body does not, take in the vitamins that you swallow. Your body actually rather create its own vitamin than take out the vitamins that you swallow, So that just shows you that your body really doesn't like taking in foreign contaminants. It tries to get rid of it. And this applies with tattoos as well. When you pump tattoos or, all these fillers into your body, just know that your body will react to it, and your body may react, in ways that you can't understand. Some people have autoimmune disease because their bodies overreact to problems that, a normal person shouldn't be overreacting to. Your body could start killing itself when it starts to, go haywire. And when it comes to tattoos, you have to realize that all these foreign contaminants in your body, they clog up your system. I just watched a video that talked about it. The video talked about how tattoos, get into your bloodstream, and the moment a tattoo enters your skin, your body's trying to fight it. Your body's trying to get rid of it. Because, the human body or any life at all, their bodies do not like foreign contaminants. We just don't like it, So if you're someone who gets a tattoo, just know that your body will spend extra energy trying to fight that tattoo. All the ink inside that tattoo, your body will try to fight it, will try to get rid of it. And if it can't get rid of it, that's when your body starts to go haywire. Your body, reacts in many different ways when it's stuck. When it can't find a way to get rid of something, it may try to try different means. And that could harm your body, You can age faster just from having, that extra stress in your body. Your body is now working harder than it should, on a regular basis. Because your body will always, on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, try to get rid of the tattoo in your skin. Your body is always trying to get rid of tattoo. The moment the ink enters your body, for the rest of your life, your body will be trying to get rid of it. That means that's added stress on your entire body. So the food that you eat on a normal basis, part of that food will now be used to fight off the ink inside your system. Not to mention that, since these tattoos leak into your bloodstream, they'll clog up your bloodstream. And, the video that I watched shows that, it's a science video. It shows that, tattoos, not even just tattoos, I've seen research on These plastic surgeons, those lip fillers, those fillers that you put on your lip, you put on your face, you put up anywhere. These things just, you think they'll just stay there where your lip is, but they don't. That's why you always have to get new ones. You always have to, add more lip fillers inside your body every few months, because your body, the whole thing just leaks into your whole system. And sooner or later, these things will start clogging up your system. And if they clog up your system, guess what? You can die of a heart attack, a stroke. Your organs can start to fail. It's so easy to start doing these things that are detrimental to you. It's easier to go to hell than it is to go to heaven in this world. It's easier to make bad choices for yourself than it is to make good choices for yourself. It's easier to follow others and do the detrimental things that they're doing. It's easier to do it, but there's consequences for it. It's easier to see everyone having getting a tattoo and say, hey, I want to get a tattoo too. But there's consequences for that. There are consequences for vanity in this world. If you're a vain person that do not care about your own life, you'll have to pay for that consequence. If you're someone that do not care about your life at all, you'll have to pay for it. If you don't value something, you'll lose it. If you don't value your life enough not to get tattoos, you will lose your life. This is how this world works. If you sin, you'll be punished for your sin. It is vain to put, beauty over your own life. God gave you a perfect, body. Instead of appreciating your body the way it is, you're doing the equal and opposite. You're tearing your body apart just so that, you look more beautiful, look more attractive to other people. And guess what? You have to pay that, you have to pay the price of your vanity. And the price of your vanity is your body will work, multiple times harder than a normal person's on a daily basis. And not to mention, right, all these things that you add to your body, these fillers, these tattoo inks, these things that you add to your body, guess what? These things will kill you in the future. The more you add them to your body, the higher the chance of you dying in the future. If you don't value your life, you will lose it. This is a life, where if you don't value something, you will lose it. If you don't value the money you have in your bank account, you will gamble it away and you'll lose it. If you don't value your friends and family, you will insult and bully them until they run away from you and you'll lose them. Or you may even kill your friends and family. If they don't run away from you, you yourself will kill them because you don't value them. If you don't value something, you will always lose it. You will end up losing it sooner or later. And this is what you have to deal with in life, And the other problem with tattoos are these tattoo inks, right? These things aren't regulated. Last time I checked, the laws may have changed, but the last time I did research on tattoo inks is that these tattoo inks aren't considered, food. So since they're not considered food, it's not as regulated as, as food products. Since they're not considered food products, they're not regulated. Or they're not as regulated as food products. That means these tattoo artists, they can pump any ink into your bloodstream, including inks that are that are infected, including dirty inks that they got from who knows where. So every time you go to a tattoo artist, or every time you go to a plastic surgeon for a lip filler, you have to be careful because you don't know what liquid is being pumped into your body. You may begin pumped poison. Your body could begin filled with poison that will kill you within a few weeks. There's so many examples of people dying from plastic surgery. Google it. People die all the time from plastic surgery. They die all the time from plastic surgery. Because if you don't value, your life, you will lose it. If you think beauty is more important than your life, you will lose your life. And once you lose your life, what's the point of beauty? Once you die, what's the point of looking beautiful? There's no point. A rotting corpse does not look beautiful. So people who value, who are too vain to realize their life is more valuable than, tattoos. Their life is more valuable than piercings. Their life is more valuable than getting a lip filler. Their life is more valuable than looking, beautiful. If they're too vain to realize their life is more valuable than these things, they will lose their life sooner or later. If you don't appreciate your life, if you don't value your life, you're going to lose it. If you don't value your friends, you're going to lose them. If you don't value your family members, you're going to lose them. If you don't value money, you're going to lose it. If you don't value the earth, you're going to lose it. You will lose anything you don't value in this world. And you have to really be careful. Do you really, are you really going to gamble your life, for some tattoos? Do you really think your life is worth less than a tattoo? Do you really think your life is worth less, than looking beautiful? If you think your life is worth less than these things, sooner or later you'll lose your life. You have to be careful in this world. It's easier to go to hell than it is to go to heaven. It's easier to get a tattoo when everyone else around you is getting a tattoo than to just say, no, this thing is pointless. My life is more valuable than a tattoo. My life is more valuable than, a handshake with someone because I got a tattoo. My life is more valuable than, a nod of approval from my friends because I got a tattoo or got a lip filler. My life is far more valuable than these things. Because if you don't value your life, you will lose it. And it is vain to treat your life as worthless. It is vain to value beauty more than your own life. Because without your life, what's the point of beauty? What's the point of being beautiful if you're dead? Makes no logical sense, does it? So every time you go on the operating table for plastic surgery, just know that that day could be the day you die. Because God will never, reward you for your vanity. If you don't value your life, all bets are off. Depending if the surgeon is a kind surgeon, they'll do their job properly. If they're not, you will die there on that operating table. That surgeon will kill you right there. And it's your fault. Why? You value beauty more than your own life. If you value beauty more than your own life, what do you want God to do about it? God spent, a great time and effort creating you exactly the way you are, but you don't value that. You don't value all the things that God has given you. If you don't value the great life that God has given you, and you wish to throw it away, you gamble it with tattoos. You gamble it away with tattoos. You gamble it away with, lip fillers and these plastic surgeries. One of these days, these things will ruin your life, and it's your fault. You have no value for your life. If you have no value for your life, you will lose it. And you can't blame anybody else. If you stick your hands in the open flames, you will get burned. Do not blame the flame. Blame yourself. So be very careful in life. It's easy to be manipulated by these tattoo artists that, they care about money more than they care about your life. These tattoo artists care about money than they care about your life. Who cares if you die a few months later? Has nothing to do with them. They've made a lot of money. These plastic surgeons care more about money than they care about your life. Who cares if this plastic surgeon, if the surgery kills you a few weeks later? Even if it kills you, it's better if it kills you 2 years later. They can wiggle their way out of it. They can say it's your fault. It takes a very long time to heal from any surgery. Your body needs a long time to heal, meaning it takes a long time before your body can recover. So the plastic surgery you get today could kill you tomorrow. The lip fill you get today could kill you within a year or two. And if it kills you, within 2 or 3 years, you can't blame the surgeon, even though it's the surgeon's fault. If the surgeon kills you, does a bad plastic surgery, right? And you die 2 years from now, 3 years from now, you can't blame the surgeon. They'll wiggle their way out of it. They'll say it's your fault. It's been 2 years, so obviously it's not it can't be them anymore, right? When the truth is, your body takes a long time to react. Your body may be trying for years to fight off whatever infection came from the surgery. Your body may be trying to, spend years trying to heal from the damage done by the lip fillers and the tattoos. And if your body can't heal from it, you'll die. And if you die a few years later, it's not you can never blame the hospital you got those things from. You can never blame your tattoo artist because it's been too long. Many things can happen within the 2 years, so that you'll never be able to blame them, even though it's their fault. And this is the world we live in. These tattoo artists could kill, could have poisoned thousands, even hundreds of thousands of people throughout their careers, but it doesn't matter. They've made a lot of money. As long as the person doesn't die immediately, that's all they care about. If they die a few weeks later, a few months later, a few years later, who cares? They've already made their money. That's what you have to worry about. If you're someone who likes getting tattoos, just know that tattoo artist only care about making money. They don't care about your health. That plastic surgeon only cares about making money. He doesn't care about your health. As long as he can put you back together, you don't die right away. That's all he cares about. If you die a few years later, who cares? That's not their fault. It's not their problem. They've already made their money from you. Who cares if you die a few years later? This is the world you live in. This world is filled with people who rather sin, who rather sin than be a good person. Who rather, trick you out of your wealth than just honestly tell you that this thing is harmful for you. I do not want to make money, doing something that'll harm others. It's easier to make money scamming others than it is to be a good and honest person. It's easier to make money manipulating people, tricking them into thinking that these tattoos and plastic surgeries and lip fillers, it's easy to trick people into thinking these things are safe. But are they really safe? No. They're not safe in any way, shape, or form. If you're naive enough to believe that these people who care about money won't lie to you and trick you out of your wealth, well, you deserve to have your wealth taken from you. If you don't value your life, you don't value your money, they'll be taken from you. You will lose them. Greedy people will come to your doorstep and manipulate you out of your wealth and your life. If you don't value what you have, you will lose it. So you have to be careful in this world. It's easier to sin than it is to be an honest person. That goes for everyone, including the plastic surgeons, the tattoo artists, and all. It's easier for them to sin. It's easier for them to make money using trickery and lies than it is for them to just be an honest person. It's easier for them to, to just say, yeah, come, give us your money. We'll do whatever you ask without the slightest care in the world about your health than it is for them to tell you, nah, this thing is unsafe. We won't do it on you because this is unsafe. They don't care about that. They only care about making money. If you don't value your money, they'll take it from you. If you don't value your life, it'll be taken from you by these tattoo artists, these plastic surgeons. Your life will be ripped from your own hands. So there's a cost for vanity in this world. It's vain to believe that beauty is more important than your own life. It is vain. So you'll be punished for your vanity. If you don't value your own life, it will be taken from you sooner or later. So that's it for today's podcast episode. I pray everyone makes better choices in life and everyone's always in good health. Amen.